Hello, my name is Penny and this is Penny's Art Emporium, and today I've got a slightly mad idea. I think I've seen that when people put on gold leaf they always put it on after the painting, and I thought I'd just like to try something a little bit different. I always like to experiment and try new things. I've got some gold leaf in different colours. There's silver gold, there's kind of a coppery gold, and this pink rose gold. So I've got those gold leaf sheets, and I thought I would quite like to stick them onto the canvas before I do anything else. So just sort of haphazardly patchwork them across the middle and just stick them down. And then I thought that I would quite like to do a swipe in very similar kind of colours, put the lines across but leaving the centre with the gold leaf on, and then swiping up and down, not covering over the gold leaf. And I thought I'd swipe in similar colours. So I've got this nice Liquitex copper, I've got Deco Art rose gold, Deco Art 24 karat gold and Deco Art silver. And I thought I might need a bit of a contrast. I thought I'd do a white base, and then I've got some Payne's grey, and I might just add the odd spot here and there of this lovely iridescent blue-green, sort of turquoisey, just for a bit of a contrast really. So it is an experiment. I have no idea what it will turn out like, and by putting the gold leaf down first, I don't know, that might be a mistake or not, but I thought we'd see. So let's get started. So I have mixed up some Liquitex medium here with water, because I thought it might be a little bit less gloopy than if I just used PVA glue. I don't have the glue that you would use in general for these little sheets, so I just thought I would improvise with this. And I'm not going to put it exactly in the centre because I think it will make it quite interesting if it is slightly well, higher or lower depending on what way round I decide to have it in the end. So I've got that down, and I am just going to sort of randomly get these sheets, and just they'll break up, and I'll just be able to just put them on like crazy paving, I guess. Just stick them on. It'll probably get a bit messy, but it'll be fine. I also wasn't really sure if there was a way up with these. They look pretty much the same both ways, but I am just going to lay them on just haphazardly, and then I can always brush any excess bits off afterwards. I just got these in different colours because I thought it would be interesting than just having gold. I never knew when I got them what I would use them for, but I thought that this would be an idea. And it seems to stick quite well to that Liquitex medium. I hadn't really thought to use it before when I've experimented with these sheets. I've tried all different kinds of glue. I've tried the normal white PVA glue, and I tried Pritt Stick, but I just thought this might work, this Liquitex medium. So that's got 3 colours on there, and then this is the gold, which looks lovely and shiny. I think it should mix really well with that Deco Art 24 karat gold. I've been trying to think of something to do. I don't like to do the same things all the time. And I was trying to think what kind of colours to use and what I had that I hadn't used before. And how I could use these sheets in particular, actually. I did particularly want to use these, and I didn't know what to use them for. I'd kind of put them to one side. They should look quite interesting. This pink colour is really nice. This pink kind of rose gold. And some of this coppery colour. And I was hoping they would just be really quite shiny. I think some of that medium is drying quite a lot now, actually. There, so I shall carry on getting on with this, and I will turn the camera back on when I put my base down and I'm going to start the swiping. So I have got my white base down and I have finished sticking all of this gold leaf here, and I've left a tiny little gap so that the white paint didn't go too much onto the gold leaf. And now I'm going to do the swipe bit. I've decided that instead of the rose gold, I'm actually going to use a Deco Art rose pink instead, because I thought the pink would be quite pretty and the rose gold was quite similar to the copper. So I'm going to swipe the smaller side first. So I will put my colours down. So this is the Liquitex copper, and I'm going to do a wavy line rather than a straight line, because then it will not all be the same when I swipe it. So that is the copper. I've put that on first because I am not as keen on that as the other colours. I also picked out a pearl white, again simply because I like it really, and I thought it would be interesting. And then this one is the silver. And I thought I would do this shorter side first, and then I could decide what order to do the colours on on the other side if I wasn't so keen on it. So this is the pink, which I think will make a nice contrast. I also decided that for the time being I'm not going to use the Payne's grey or the turquoise blue, because it might be quite nice just to have the colours that are in this gold leaf. So that's got those down, and I'm going to swipe with kitchen roll that is sprayed with water. So we'll just see what happens. I thought that by doing it this way, that each little section would be different. And the metallic colours should look really lovely. And I suppose I'm not going to think about it too much. I am just going to swipe it, let it settle, because it always looks different after it settles, and then decide from there. I also find that when I do a swipe, I'm better off, if possible, to just swipe it once rather than go back over it. But again, we will see. And I'll let it go over the edge slightly. So I can see that I have got quite a lot of paint down for this edge, so I could put a little bit less paint down on the other edge, and that would make a contrast. And it doesn't matter to me if that centre is wavy, it doesn't have to be straight with the paint. So that has got that edge done, and I will just drag a bit of kitchen roll down the side just to finish the edge off a little bit. I don't like it if the edges have been forgotten. If you forget the edge, it doesn't match the painting. So I like the edge to go over at least a little bit. And I will put a torch on there. And now I can decide whether to just pull it down a little bit as well. I'll spin it around. But I could tilt it a little bit. I don't think much is going to happen if I tilt it. All of these paints are mixed with Floetrol, and they're not mixed with water as well, because I wanted them to be that little bit thicker. But yes, that looks quite pretty, I think. So I think on this side, I'm guessing when I pull it down, the colours won't come down as far, so there will be a softer edge, I think, on this side. So I'll perhaps carry on in the same way as I did that side. So I'll start with the copper and I will do a wavy line because I think that's quite successful, because I like this mix of colours here, not all being the same. And I can't remember what order I did it. I think I did pearl white next. And then I think I did silver. It's nice that in that swipe you can see all the colours. And I can't say that there's any one that's overtaken the rest. So I'll do the pink next. I didn't have as much pink in it last time. And then the gold. I can't see any bare spots the other side, so there might be that little bit, and maybe that little bit there where the canvas hasn't got some paint on it. So I'll make sure that any areas that might not have any paint, I try to get with this gold. Yeah, I think it's looking really pretty so far. I really do like that. I do like that lovely sparkly bit in the middle. So, same thing again this side, but of course it's got further for the paint to travel this side. So I'll just go nice and slowly. And it doesn't matter if once it gets to the edge it fades down. That would be quite interesting. Yeah, it will. Yes, I like that. I like that very much. Try to keep reasonably straight. Get some of that paint at the top and drag it down. When I was putting the gold leaf on, I did think I could see why people did it afterwards, because everywhere was covered in little bits of gold leaf, like little tiny bits of very fine glitter. I was covered in it, my table, the floor, absolutely everywhere. So I did have to do a really good clean up before I could even start putting my paint on. And all the little bits that came off, I did collect up and put into a little container, all these tiny little flakes of gold leaf. And I had thought that I could, if I wanted, flick some over this finished painting if I wanted to. but at the moment I'm thinking that it's nice how it is, and it would, I think, look better without it. Yeah, also I got it all over my fingers and all over my nails, and I think that's not going to come off so easily off my nails. Which is funny, because if I was trying to actually get that to stay on my nails, I would probably find that difficult. There, so I will also just swipe those two sides again, like I did for the other side. Just so that it's a little bit consistent, and we'll see how those edges look, because I might need to go over those again a little bit with some white anyway, but we will see. I think those edges are looking alright actually. They're not looking as if they're too bare. I haven't just wiped the paint off. I'll put a torch on there. To set fire to the gold leaf. And I think that's going to be about done really. Like I said before, I don't think it's likely to move that much if I try to tilt it. No, it's not really going to. And I think it's fine as it is. So I will bring you down for a close-up and you can see what you think. So I've made a decision, and this is the tray of gold leaf that was left over that I talked about, and I've decided that I am just going to pick it up with this brush and flick it onto this kind of shorter side, but just really onto this one and not onto the other side. I thought it would just make a bit of a contrast between the two sides, and I know that this gold leaf will stick to the paint as it's still wet. It's just sort of settling at the moment, but I just, as I'd collected these little bits, I just thought I might as well do that, because they are ever so pretty. And they're tiny, tiny little flecks. And I thought it would just look interesting. Because they are ever so pretty in the way they sparkle. So I'm just trying to make sure they're quite small pieces. And the brush just seems to pick up the little small pieces quite easily. Just gently. They just kind of drop on like snow, really. And all the colours blend together really nicely. And I think then when it hangs up, these will just glisten I really like this gold leaf. I normally like glitter, but the gold leaf is just so much finer and not at all gritty like glitter would be. I have used glitter before and I found that the result was just a bit gritty. So I think that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Just a few little bits, because if I do too much, it'll be overpowering. It's funny, isn't it? I always say, yeah, that's it, I won't do any more, and then pick up a few more bits and do a bit more. So that should be sort of mostly just on this short side. There. So I'll bring you in for a close-up. So here is this painting. It has had a little while to settle. I don't think I mentioned before that it is 50 centimetres by 20 centimetres. And you can see that middle section with the gold leaf and those tiny, tiny little bits of gold leaf just on that top section that I think will really catch the light when the light shines on it. I think that'll be quite interesting. And then this bottom half, I've managed not to get any gold leaf on that bit, but I'm really happy with how these colours have all blended together. You've got a little bit of variation in all of these. So I think it's looking really, really pretty. And what you'll see when it is dry is just how shimmery all of those metallic colours will be. It doesn't really show it when it's wet. That copper is very, very shiny and sparkly when it is dry. So I will let you see that when it has dried and you'll see what that looks like. So bye for now. So here is this painting. You can see how it glistens in the light. That gold leaf is very, very shiny with the 4 colours there all patchworked onto that little centre strip. And you can just see the little tiny flecks that just glisten in the light on that smaller section at the bottom. And I'm pleased it's only there and I've managed not to get any onto this larger section, just to make it a little bit different. And the colours have all blended together really nicely. I like those colours together. And I'm pleased I didn't use the Payne's grey or the turquoise. And you can see just how much the light catches it. So it's very, very effective. And I just love how those colours all blend together, with the silver just making that cool contrast next to those warmer colours. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.